What is an application? Well, we're all used to applications now. They're a way to get a job done better. In business, it's very much focused around processing, harvesting data, perhaps cleansing it, capturing it into a form that you could use, processing the data, outputting the data, reporting on the data. Most applications today are consuming data from outside the organization. They're harvesting information from third-party sources, and they're also taking data from existing systems within. Systems today are expected to support ecosystems for stakeholders, so that not just employees, but customers, suppliers, contractors are all able to use the same systems. When we think about what an application does, there are the functional things that it does, as we talked about just previously, capturing data, processing data, reporting on data. But there are other considerations, how accessible the applications are, how easy they are to use, how secure they are. And these sorts of capabilities are today built into technologies like Encanvas App Fabric. So creating a framework so that when you're publishing an application, you're focusing on what the application functionally needs to do, not how it needs to protect data, save data, operate, be accessible, be easy to use. Those things you would expect every application you deploy to be able to do. Humans aren't great at innovation. It means that when you're building applications, a major consideration is, will the user community be able to understand it, comprehend it? Because the presumption is of that community is that applications are intuitive. The phrase intuitive suggests that you understand fundamentally how the application is going to work, even before you set eyes on it. And that requires an understanding of how people think about the way that they capture, process, and output their data. When we talk about enterprise application integration, what do we mean? Well, generally what it means is the ability to serve different types of computer users using different platforms, whether it be a mobile device, a PC, laptop, tablet. It could even be a digital television, but also then harvesting data from the existing systems and third-party systems to create that application logic and the data surrounding the application that needs to be held somewhere. And where it's held in Encanvas is a canvas. We call it an enterprise canvas, and it is really a file that contains all of this information, bringing together a holistic understanding of what an application is from a data perspective. The way you look at a canvas as a user and consumer of information is through a screen. And you'll see here exampled in Encanvas Create, a screen showing a canvas that includes a series of sections. In this case, we've got 4 sections. The canvas itself is presented in this form, but of course it is actually a file structure of data. It's holding all of the rules, information, data structures, and design element information for the user interface. It means that all of that information can be shared, contained, and we can also manage the versions of the canvas and the application. So that helps us to control and deploy the applications painlessly. What are the advantages of using a canvas structure for managing application data? One of the key things is the speed of creation, because by having all of that logic and user interface and application data together, it means that it's easy for a single person to understand it, comprehend it, and also share it. It's also intuitive. The way the canvas presents itself is through that simple create design format. So you can actually see everything that's going on within your application by accessing one integrated design environment. For systems engineers, it's easy to manage the resources. They can contain a series of canvases in a single application. They can scale that, they can replicate it, they can copy sections of an application by taking specific canvases that are relevant to specific functions. So it makes it a building block that's really useful for systems engineers, technicians, designers to use. So that's what a canvas is. Let's investigate in the next lesson where it fits in the development lifecycle.